Okay.
Welcome back, folks, to the Business Blast, brought to you by Satco. Go to satco.com. That's satco.com. They do the right thing. I keep mixing it up. Is it we do the right thing, we do the right thing? That's what it is. We do the right thing, we do the right thing. That's satco.com, Greg.
That's right. And check out their new website. Awesome. They've updated it as of a couple weeks ago, and it's great. They have a ton of product, as we all know, and now you can see it on their website. So
especially
make sure
for
you check
you
that
electrical guys, man. If you want to get that line card carved back a little bit, Satco's got all the lamps and lots of fixtures. They're a great supplier to have on your line card. What's up, Greggy?
Okay, well, this relates a little bit to a website, but with our businesses, what we end up doing is a lot of lighting audits and things, and I'm just trying to figure out the right balance of doing things digitally or on your computer versus handwritten or on paper. Are you fully digital at your business, or you still have paper and files and all that?
Unfortunately, so I'm in the middle of a software upgrade, as you know. And,
Okay, yeah.
That's a tough question for me because that's the part that digitization. So the electrical and lighting distribution, plumbing, and durable goods wholesale, say screws, nuts, bolts, widgets, ballasts, pipe, wire. This is the last frontier of the digital world, right? So
Yeah.
it's and not that people are don't shop at Walmart anymore. Lots of people will, and things are never going to be taken completely out. We just adjust. But I would say that I'm probably a decade behind, but that's because I'm plotting a bigger move in a sense. But will I ever get rid of paper? I like taking notes, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't think in my lifetime I will be free of books and paper. No.
Yeah, we're kind of right in that in between. You and I personally are kind of in the in between generations where it's like, we get the digital side and we understand the paper side, so we kind of hybrid it, and that's where I'm at. And I see some of the younger employees start to attempt to digitalize everything and put it all online. I see the benefit of it, but at the same time, things can go wrong there where you can lose data, but there's backups and all sorts of ideas there. But sometimes you just can't beat grabbing a folder and saying, all right, that's what I wrote down. Where's your notes on that job? And I still do audits by hand and I write it up and then I come in and type it up. I know there are systems where you can do it all online and get it done and probably be more efficient, but there's still something about it to me that is beneficial, where you actually write down what you saw or what whether it's a drawing or pictures are usually better too. But so I think a hybrid approach is still the right way, but I'm open. I'm trying to figure it out.
So if you study linguistics, okay, you find that like if you played the English language, if you went to England in the year 800, you wouldn't understand what anybody's saying. Like you would not understand a thing. Okay, I'm not kidding you.
In what year? 800?
800 AD.
Okay, all right.
Or even maybe even 1200 before the Norman invasion, because half the words you speak are French words. Okay, description.
Okay.
French word. I think most of the words in English that are actually meaningful are French words. There's anything with ION on it, it's a French word. There's tons of examples like that. But anyway, so languages change. They kind of evolve and this fluidity, right? And so do the way we do business evolves and it's kind of fluid, right? But sometimes, the new and exciting stuff like emojis as a way of communication, I don't get emojis. I think it's weird. There's nothing weirder than you texting me an emoji. That's weird. I think it's,
Right.
What are you doing, dude? Right?
Yeah.
But I would say, if you think about it, what's the most secure way to pay somebody? For you. The check.
Secure way to pay is a check. Yeah, you write it out. Sure.
The check is the most secure way for the payer to pay and the least secure way for the bank. Okay? Electronic funds transfer inverts that. So a lot of times these things that are proposed to us as progress, okay, or as the better way to do something, right, are actually better for the counterparty and not you. Okay?
Yeah.
It's actually we're upgrading. Do you want to download an upgrade to your phone? It turns out that, Apple and Samsung or whoever's out there, we're downloading software to your phone to make it slower so that you wanted to buy a new one, right? Or so they could spy on you more, or get more access to your geolocation, or advertise to you better. So a lot of this digitization, Greg, your TV watches you.
You're inverting it, like you said. That's funny.
Like your TV is watching you. Like we're full blown.
Knowing what you're doing.
Yeah, we're full blown 1984 George Orwell. Like if you have a TV in your bedroom, your TV's watching you make love and telling Samsung all about it. Oh, his average. Like I often wonder. Like you look at some of these statistics, like that come out. You have a statistic like, oh, the average time people make love is 4 minutes, right? Or 10 minutes, or in Russia, it's 16 minutes, right? Or whatever. You read these statistics like in books, right? It's like, where the heck does this come from? Or, women cheat on their wife 30% and men cheat on their wife 50%. It's like, oh, where'd you get this information? Oh, it's self-reported. Oh, okay. So it's reported on a survey. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Men brag about sex,
Right.
Women lie about sex. So it's, whatever the answer is, right? But I wonder if all these digital devices are actually going to tell us the truth about us. Like all these advancements, right? Like these things that's like, it's going to actually tell us. So when we look at progress, you have to, or you look at something that digitization, for example, right? If you look at it, I'll give you an example. The Canadian Revenue Agency doesn't have email.
Can't do email. You got to mail it in.
You can't email anybody at the Canada Revenue Agency.
Phone call. I get you. Yeah. Okay.
You can only fax them, call them, or send them
Wait
a letter.
an hour
Yeah. Well, you know why that is, right?
to make it difficult to do what you need to get done.
Because it's totally secure.
Ah, there you go. Okay.
Right? So if they start emailing people, all of a sudden, it's way less secure.
Sure.
Right? It's not because they're archaic or they're stupid or they can't set up .cra.ca or .com and you email your local tax guy. It's not for that. It's because digitization is by its very nature insecure. It's insecure in its nature by default. Why? Because it's connected. It's like giving people, it's like telling. So instead of having to come to your office like Watergate and actually steal the paper and get caught stealing the paper, they can sneak in through digital wires. Right? They can be in another country. Right? Who knows? Right? So the CRA doesn't have email. They have internal email with one another, but there's no external email. Same with most high security corporations. I guarantee you there's that Northrop Grumman or what's that other company, the security company in the United States, they don't have a connection to the outside world. Why? Because it's insecure. That's why. Digitization is by its nature less secure. There's nothing we can do about that. And the more we digitize, the less privacy, the less secrecy, the more vulnerable we are to attack by the malfeasant people of the world. Most people will not kick down Premier Lighting's door and steal their information on paper and then go through the paper. Right? But people will steal your information digitally.
True.
Why not?
Yeah, it's a trade-off. It's efficiency versus security. So that's why you probably have to keep it hybrid then, because you want to, with technology and digitalization comes efficiencies, I think, versus paper documents and things. But I hear what you're saying. Security issue.
There's a price, man. I mean, and I don't even know if we've really ever thought about what the price is, what the cost is. You know, you think about like how many, I know you haven't been thankfully you haven't been involved in many legal cases. I have, unfortunately. And how many people you see get taken down by a stupid tweet from 2008?
Yeah, true.
Like how many people
Affects
have you
them down
seen?
the
Like good people, like people you shake hands with, and all of a sudden they look at some tweet from 2008. What did you mean when you tweeted this at 2 a.m. when you were drunk?
I don't know. It was 2 a.m.
I don't even remember I said that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right? And it's like, oh, that guy's gone. Well, because what something he said 12 years ago? Yeah, he's still that guy. Why? Because it's digitally stored. Right? How come it's not illegal? How come it's not offensive for people to expose your digital communication, but if you read my diary, it's offensive? Why is that? Right? Like, I mean,
Sure.
If I wrote you a letter, I wrote you a private letter and you had the letter and you kept the letter and someone went into your desk and grabbed the letter, it's like, it's more invasive for whatever reason for us to invade people's paper space than it is to invade their digital space. It's almost like a lesser crime to spy on them digitally than it is to spy on them on paper. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
Is it simply because it's easier, or do we have a different opinion about that? You know, hey, when you're playing in the digital playground, you just, you know, you're opening yourself up more. I don't even know if I'm answering your question anymore, but my point is this, is that everything comes with a price.
Mm-hmm.
And digitization, the efficiencies, you know, when you're on that Google map and you're looking at Google, remember, you're not the customer of Google, you're the product. You're what Google sells. So when you're looking at Google Maps, you ain't the customer, bud. You're the product. Remember that. They're selling your time on Google Maps to somebody. And people are happy to make those trade-offs, especially people born between 1990 and born after 1990. But I think we have yet to see the end result of all this digitization, my friend, and where it's going to take us and whether it's better for business or not. I mean, look, I know a lot of companies that don't do business that way. And some of them are the most, I wonder about it. You know, I wonder, like at Apple, you can't even use your Apple phone in Apple. Like you can't take a picture on your Apple phone in Apple. Guy got fired for that.
Wow.
Right? He took a picture on his Apple phone at Apple and he got in trouble. Right? So there you go. But Apple doesn't stop you from taking pictures on their phones in other people's offices, do they? Right? Why do they do that? Because it's totally insecure. That's why. Totally insecure. And they know it more than anybody. Apple knows it the most. Right? They know once that thing's digitized, it's permanentized. Never disappears. People can always get it. They can always find it. Except for Hillary Clinton's emails.
Those disappeared.
Those, you know what? I mean, that's a whole friggin'. That's a like. I mean, I'm a Canadian. I look at that and I just think you deleted all your emails. Did you? It happened in Ontario too.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just cleaning out the digital waste. So you deleted every email from 2009 to 2000, every single one. Yeah. Why did you do that? Oh, we're just cleaning out the digital. We don't want to store it. That's not even your information. It belongs to the people of Ontario. It belongs to the people of America. They're not even your emails. They're not yours. They belong to the Interior Ministry, to the Secretary of State. They don't belong to you. They're not even yours. That's the whole problem with that. I could go on and on here. But that's the whole problem, is that Hillary Clinton didn't delete her emails. She deleted the emails that belong to the people of the United States. That's the whole problem with the premise. That she deleted her emails. And people think, well, she deleted her emails. I delete my email all the time. No, dude. She deleted your emails. Not hers. And the fact that she set up a private server on her own, the same thing in Ontario where the government happened to delete they're not yours to delete. That's the problem with digitization. Right? But, by the same token, it allows us to pull the black curtain on our leaders and see. That's what, everyone hates Donald Trump's Twitter account or whatever, but man, is that guy open. He's letting the sunshine in on that stuff, man. So I don't know. Maybe it's the future. Maybe the president, whatever he does all the time, except when he's in his private bedroom, should be streamed onto the internet.
Permanently videotaped, huh?
No, streamed in real time.
Sure.
Like, what do you got to hide?
Watch it.
Like, you actually have private conversations you need to have? Really? Maybe there is. Maybe like the war room and a couple other areas are private, but the rest of it, reality TV show. You want to watch Trump all day? Let's do it. This is what he's doing now. Yeah. He's getting on Air Force
He'd be
One.
the one to do it.
Well, we're gonna be switching over to our Air Force One feed in 5. There you are. There he is. He's sitting down. He's drinking a glass of orange juice. He's whatever. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's where we're going. I don't even know if this is a business blast anymore.
But the point is that, what's the right approach? I don't think there's a clear answer. But a combination or one or the other is anybody's choice, and who knows what the right answer is, but something to think about. Is it trading efficiency for security? I think basically.
I think I'd sum it up with this. If you value privacy, then wade into the digital swamp very carefully. If you value secrecy, don't go anywhere near the digital swamp. This has been the Business Blast. I don't know what it is, but it's here. It's all live for you on tedmag.com. Check out satco.com if you got a minute or two. They do the right thing. They do the right thing. Great company. We love those peeps down there. They're all over America. They got warehouses everywhere. Go to satco.com, baby. That's satco.com.